Hey guys, welcome to another episode of We Pick a Video and Answer the Questions You Asked. On today we're going to be doing the Chevy Cruze 3-part series.
Ooh, that's a big one.
It was a really long install and we talked about a whole bunch of stuff.
A lot.
And it turned out to be a 3-part series.
Wow.
It's one of the first ones. We've done a 2-part, never a 3-part. However, I will say you're probably going to see more of those coming forward because a lot of these installs are getting longer and more involved, and the information that's coming from them, they're long videos.
Yes.
Let's get started with the first question.
All right.
Is the factory amplifier a Pioneer also? The reason why I was asking this, if you haven't seen the Chevy Cruze video, it had the factory Pioneer system in it. As far as whether the factory amplifier was Pioneer, it didn't say Pioneer anywhere on it.
No.
Who's to guess? I mean, honestly, I think the only part that was Pioneer was the cool logos that were on the door.
Pretty much. Yeah.
I have the same system in my Cruze. That Pioneer system is awful. Rear speakers have no mids or highs. Love the video. Major help when it comes to integration on mine. Well, you're welcome. And that's why we do the videos.
Exactly. Just exactly for that.
This one is from the owner himself. It says, "You guys rock. It sounds awesome. Thanks again. I get to see how it was done. Pretty awesome."
There you go. That was good. What two connectors do you use to plug into the factory harness at the amplifier?
The BHA 2105 and the CAR-A V12032. I have low engine growl coming through my full Rockford install with the DRS-1. Do I have the shop disconnect the noise canceling mics in my 2019 Ram? It's a low annoying sound. There's 4 mics in the cab. I love the detailed videos. Thank you guys, and thanks for the info. Yeah, if you have any form of fake engine noise, engine growl, or anything like that, you're gonna need to have it disconnected. Now, depending on the type of vehicle you have, some of it can be programmed out. Some of it can't.
You can disconnect it and
pull the mics. A lot of the times it's easy just to pull the mics. Now this one I find funny because in the name of the video it says part 1.
Okay.
Will we see a part 2 to this? I would like to see how you integrated new stuff, amps, processors with the factory stuff.
Oh, of course.
That's
and
why
guess what? It's part 3.
There's 3 parts actually. Bonus.
Yeah. I know, right? What thickness of ABS sheet do you use for this kind of underseat mount? We use 1/4 inch ABS.
Now we have a bunch of different sizes. We have 1/8 inch ABS, we have 1/4 inch ABS, we also have 1/2 inch Sentra and 1/4 inch Sentra. So just depending on where it's going or what kind of height we need, we kind of flip-flop between the two. Customer says, "Hey, this install shouldn't take too long, right?" Paul, nah, these guys are quick. No worries, LOL.
I like that one.
Yeah.
That was good, exactly.
Great video. Now I need to look into my noise canceling mics by the grab handles on my Cadillac SRX. I'm using an LC7 on output side of Bose amp, wondering if I'll even notice a difference by disconnecting the mics. You should notice a significant difference. Yeah, everyone that we've ever had in, we've always had to disconnect the mics because they do strange stuff with
weird
the car.
Stuff, yeah.
Weird stuff. How do you get around amplifying the door chimes? Woo, that's a great question. Because you can't. You're gonna amplify them. No, there is a couple different things you can do. In the case of the Cruze, we didn't have to worry about it because it was a variable voltage output. It was a low level. It wasn't much louder than the factory door chime. However, when you aren't so lucky to have a situation like that, where it's, let's say, a radio that's amplified coming out, the trick we do is we're gonna use the rear outputs only, okay, if we can get away with that. The front output is only going to be for the door chime. So we're going to take the driver's front door, we're going to connect a speaker to it, we're going to bury it up in the dash, and then we're just going to fade it all the way to the rear. Now the nice thing about it is the door chime is not affected by fader. The navigation is affected by fader. The backup sensors aren't affected by fader, and the Bluetooth isn't affected by fader. Typically, what we like to do is use one of the speakers we're taking out, one of the factory speakers, the 6.5, and aim it towards the floor. That way the Bluetooth, the navigation, all that still come out nice, crisp, and clear, but the music won't because we've faded it all the way to the rear. The door chime will still come out of that one speaker, and then everything will sound good. You won't have this obnoxious ding, 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 ding.
Loud sound, yeah.
Most of the time, the sound that's coming out of the front and rear is pretty close to the same when it's just those simple deck power.
Hope you guys can help. I got a 2015 Chevy Equinox. I'm noticing some type of vibration with the driver's side rear speaker. This is the only one that does that. Any suggestions on what could be? I keep nothing in the door pocket.
Well, I mean, with our history with General Motors speakers, it's probably blown.
Blown speaker.
Or, and not blown. Okay, so there's lots of different ways a speaker can actually blow, per se. A lot of times when you think of blown, you just think of dead.
Yeah,
But this blown would be a product failure.
yes, like
So the foam.
the surround, it's just like
Yeah.
falling apart.
And the other thing too is if there's water leaking into the door, that could also cause the speaker to deform. We've seen that before where the paper cone has gotten all funky shaped, which could cause that distortion too, because that takes the round voice coil and kind of makes it an odd shape, which would cause it to rattle. So there's a lot that can go on. Being that it's a GM, I'm gonna go with it's probably just a cheap speaker. Probably time to replace it.
Time to replace it, yeah.
Thank you for all the info. I'm an ASC certified auto technician for 20 years.
Okay.
I got tired of paying to have my system installed and sound like crap and wires all over until I started doing my own. Now I build sub boxes, install systems to my friends and family. And every time I see your videos, I learn from you. That's
Nice.
good. If I could, I would pay for you to teach me. Anyways, love the videos, keep up the good work, and at the end of the day, you two make a great team. Now, this is refreshing
Yeah.
because a lot of the times the auto technicians and the car stereo installers seem like they're at odds. Like we just all can't get along. But I feel a lot of that has to do with dealerships, okay?
Okay.
Dealerships, it's just like, oh, you touched our car.
Yeah, well, of course they don't want to, you know, and they always right.
Oh, they're
You know,
always right.
We always wrong.
And we're always wrong.
So
Yes, so we're always going to be at odds, for sure. But the one nice thing is if you do want to pay us for us teaching you, we do have a Patreon page that you can, you know, pay and support us there. So that's always an option
you like.
to do, if you want.
Yes.
We're not going to tell you no, but yeah, okay, cool. But I'm glad we could help.
yeah, if you're not, I mean, you're still watching. Don't worry.
Yeah, keep watching. Great job, guys. I did the exact same thing with my 2013 Chevy Volt with the factory Bose radio. Almost the same configuration with the 3 plugs on the back of the amplifier with perfectly flat variable signal coming to the amps in the back. Upgraded my system with a mini DSP, Alpine amp, and some Morel speakers.
Awesome.
Cool. If you got a Bose system and you got a Volt, the Cruze video, check it out.
Can help you. Yep.
I like this question because we understand that all you guys have all the tools we have, so we always try to come up with options for doing the same job, but
Correct.
with a more affordable tool to use. And this comment pretty much sums it up. Great detail with the 9-volt battery and the digital multimeter. And that's why we did it, so that you guys could too, if you have these cars, figure this stuff out.
Right.
I like this comment. It says they don't want to make it easy for you guys. No, they don't. Actually, they're getting harder and harder as we speak.
All the time.
All the time. We spend more time trying to keep up with what these car manufacturers are doing than it feels like we're actually having time to work on the cars.
Exactly, yes.
I mean, it's a non-stop battle of constantly trying to be ahead of whatever the heck is going on in these cars.
Yeah, now you spend like an hour, sometimes more, just trying to figure it out what's in the car.
Yeah, before you even actually get to the install.
Just an up install.
Yeah.
Okay. Hayden, how do you like the M12 soldering iron? I don't think you ever talk about it. I picked one up a few months ago and I've been pretty pleased with it. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Just like that. Very happy.
Very happy. You have one too.
I have one, yes.
The big change we did is we went with the bigger battery here so that it stands up like this, because with the small battery it was very sketchy.
Kind of dangerous.
Yeah. We use it all the time.
All the time.
Daily.
Yes.
It's one of those tools that you sit back and go, what were we doing before we had this?
Just grab our solder, the soldering gun, and just go into
No, life sucked was what I was getting at. Life sucked.
Well, it's the same.
I know we were doing something, but I'm just saying, no, we enjoy them a lot. Totally recommend it if you have the Makita M12 system.
Awesome.
It's a must-have for sure.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I have the same Cruze and have not had very good luck doing what you are performing. I pulled my inputs from the front inputs to my amp. My bass bass comes and goes, and at times there is noise injected into the system. If I keep balance on a couple of clicks left or right, the bass remains constant. Can't wait to see if you guys run into the same problem. Well, I can tell you we ran into no problems at all. However, what it sounds like is that you have the polarity issue. When we were doing this, we saw that it didn't go positive, negative, positive, negative. There was actually a polarity shift at the plug. So 3 of them were wired one way. If your subwoofer is doing strange things, a lot of the times it's because you have a polarity problem. You can get a subwoofer out of polarity from the signal or at the subwoofer by wiring it up wrong. You can wire an RCA up wrong too. That's why we went and showed you how to figure that out by doing the pop test, because you have to make sure you get positive, negative, right all across the board.
Yeah.
Or what happens?
You don't get nothing.
Right, and your bass does weird things.
Yeah,
Really
exactly.
weird things.
Happens.
Yeah. I always thought it was Type R speakers, and it was at one point, but now it's
Type
R series speakers. Alpine, of course, riding the R wave and the S wave and now the X wave, as long as they can, has changed it to R series, X series, and S series.
Yes.
Play on names.
Sexy. Yes.
Man, this video was money. I have a 2016 Malibu and it has the same color setup. I'm using an aftermarket amp for my door speakers. Nice to know the rear passenger wire is reversed. And there you go.
Is there any chance you could do a short video on how to do Roadkill properly? Watching Fernando at 400 frames of second doesn't do it. Cheers. Can't wait for part 3.
Yes. So the nice thing about doing install diaries is that we get comments like this, and it helps to give us ideas for future shows. Sometimes when we're trying to tell a big install story, things like just something as simple as putting Roadkill in kind of just becomes like white noise in the background. It's just something that needs to get done, and it gets pushed through like that. Wiring amps up on a bench, wiring harnesses. These are all things that, depending on the story we're trying to tell, or the importance of whatever it is we're trying to focus on in the video, they don't necessarily come through all that time, because
they're
there, but yeah, at 400 frames a second.
Yeah,
we get it. We know that we need to go back to those style videos in certain cases, and we have total intentions of doing that. The problem comes in is when we're doing bigger jobs, we have to decide what type of bigger job do we want. Is there something in that job that we need to tell that job story, or is it something we've done a bunch of times, like an F-150, where we could just film that portion of it of the proper way to do sound
deadening
in the door. It's tough.
Yeah.
It's trying to find that balance between, oh, this is cool, we should show this, and then we've done this before, let's just talk about that.
If you want me, just try to clean most as you can from your door.
Yeah.
Go slow, cut little pieces, you know, just
Well,
go
decent
little by
size,
little.
normal size
Yeah,
pieces.
exactly.
8x8, 6x6.
Yeah, depends of the door and all the
Wear gloves.
stuff that you have.
Wear gloves.
Yes, look at this, man.
I know. You didn't wear gloves today?
I did.
Yeah. And the ball end of a screwdriver works magic.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I love my plastic panel tool. It's like goes everywhere, you know? It's just like
there's a bunch of little one-off videos like that we plan on doing in the future. It's just lining up. Hey, that's here. Oh, let's do that. That's kind of what happens.
Oh, sometimes it's like it's no time. So
yeah, it's true. But
let's go.
But yes.
All right.
So a really good factory head unit. I assume it was also made by Pioneer. Who's to say? Pioneer put the labels on the doors?
Yeah.
Whether it was made by Pioneer, it's a possibility. Pioneer has made factory head units in the past.
Amplifiers.
And amplifiers and speakers. Yeah, we'll go with that.
Yeah.
Aside from the price, what is the difference between the PAC TL PT-G9 and the PT-9A? I mean, in terms of function, performance, usage, and overall use. Now, the PT-9A is the speaker polarity tester that we use. It's a box, has some probes on it. It goes tick, tick, tick. It also has a microphone in the end of it. The other PAC piece is the tone generator. The tone generator can also, if you hit a button, move the speaker in one direction. The difference between the two is that the tone generator is specifically a tone generator that you can get to move a speaker. It has no way to actually measure the speaker though. There's no microphone built into it. The PT-9A is part of a polarity testing system. It comes with a disc. It has a microphone built into it. It has an RC output as well as a speaker output. It's designed just to do one thing: polarity test. If I had to choose between the two, I don't know if I could do it. The polarity tester seems like there's a little bit more use for it. Although the tone generator is very happy. You almost need them both.
I believe you need both.
Yeah, you gotta have both.
You have to have both. Yeah.
You gotta have both, spend the money, get them both.
Yeah, why not, man?
Heck yeah.
Then Fernando, I was wondering if I could purchase the plugs you guys use to plug into the factory wiring harness. I have the same exact card and the stereo system.
We get them all from Amazon. Car AV is out of Europe, so they take about 2 weeks to get here. That's just where we get them. We stock 2 or 3 at a time. I would suggest just going on Amazon and ordering it. A sealed box? Oh no, I gotta be ported and tuned to 31 Hertz. Otherwise, it's not going to sound good. My Type R15 sound excellent in 2.5 cubes. Cool.
That's awesome.
15s do sound really good in a ported box. I would not put 15s in a sealed box ever.
No.
No, because that's why you have 15, so they can be loud. However, not everyone feels that way. Some people are not as, bass is not the most important thing in the car. I know that's strange, and I would agree with you.
It's all about the bass or not?
I don't know. Apparently, some guys like treble too. Odd. But yeah, actually, we've been doing a lot of steel boxes lately.
Yeah.
Because people, it's like it's coming back in vogue again. I don't know. I'll always have a ported box if I have room for it. I like ported boxes too. Yeah. Is the audio control LC2i a good option for adding an amp to a Cruze? Well, if you have the basic Cruze that doesn't have the Pioneer system, the audio control LC2i is a great device to add to any high-level situation. It's one of the best, if not the best, 2-channel high-level to low-level adapter out there.
Yeah. Yeah.
The answer would be yes. Now, however, if you have the Pioneer system like this one has, no, you don't want that piece because it's not a high-level output. It's a low-level output. Just solder up some RCAs and call it a day. Love the tuning tips. Cool.
There you go.
I'm glad. I mean, we try to make it... Tuning is a hard thing.
Yes.
It's a really hard thing to even talk about and show because you have to do it with your ears and you have to do it with tools and sometimes it's expensive and it's just a hard thing to talk about and do.
Oh yeah, and every car is a little bit different.
Yeah.
Because, you know, customer, different music.
We try to give tips that make sense and will help.
Simple
so
tips,
if it's working and you're getting it, cool.
I love it. My dad has a 2014 Cruze with the same Pioneer MyLink setup. He's been waiting at the stereo after looking at some factory wiring diagram. I didn't want to believe that it was actually a low level out. Seems to be true. I'm glad that you guys confirmed this is a great.
And there again, unfortunately there's no database that tells us, hey, every system, every wiring, every output. There might be some somewhere, but we don't have it. Testing is how you verify. That's why we wanted to show you guys in detail how we go about finding this stuff out so that you too, if you have a situation like this, can test it. The nice thing about this video is that if you have the same car, you don't have to test it. We've done it for you.
Nope. So you just have to be like this.
Yeah.
Done.
It's good we can verify it for you. Now, just like the Roadkill question asked earlier as far as making a video, a standalone video just on this one topic, this is another topic that we are going to have to come out with a video on.
Yeah.
Only because we see it done wrong so many times. It says, I would like to see where you guys put grounds. Sometimes that's overlooked and it's a really important piece of advice. Thanks, guys. And I agree with you. That is a video we are going to make at some point, and it's going to be a multi-part video where we show different applications. I have the video in my head. It's just a matter of getting around to...
think it out and put it in.
So, yeah, we're going to do that. Stay tuned. Some point, that'll come out. I'm hoping you two will be working July 11th through the 17th. My family and I will be down. Hope to meet you then. Thanks for all your videos. And actually, the reason why you're watching this video is because we're on vacation the week of the 4th of July, which is when this is out. We'll be here the 11th through the 17th.
To the 17th.
Because our vacation will be over by then.
Yep.
And this one made me laugh.
Okay, why?
What type of guy doesn't want to wake the neighborhood? I'm almost 50 and I see myself at 65 hitting the bass, waking up the snowflakes, 20 to 40 years old crowd one day. LOL.
Awesome.
Yeah, I mean, you know, hey, once a bass head, always a bass head.
Yeah.
And I agree with him. You know, there's that part of me that would love to just put a big old bass system in my... Because that's why I got into this, you know?
Yeah.
I started out 210s, 212s, 215s, 215s, 410s. That was it. I did it for SPL. I mean, it was all about bass. So
I want it loud.
yeah,
Yes.
I no bass. I want bass. Loud is different.
No,
Loud.
no. Like I'm talking about like heavy bass.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
crazy bass.
Yeah, like that we get to do every now and then when we drop some scars in the car. It's like, oh, remember.
Honestly, I would love to put like 115 in my car.
No, man, two. Gotta have two. I don't know. You don't have room for it, but I still gotta.
That's why I have a one for 112.
You know, it's a joy when we get to do like a big scar system.
Yeah.
And by big, it's not big by any stretch of the imagination. It's like 212s, two of the bigger 12s, maybe 215s.
And then with the ported boxes, it's
it's like wow.
All the install base shakes.
I break out my Techmaster PEB. It's fun. Good times. Good times. Hi guys, can you help me with a question? I bypassed my Infinity amp in my 2004 Dodge Durango with a 5-channel amp. All speakers are working except front driver's side tweeter. Do I lose this channel? Or is there a way to check if it's blown or not? I switched RCAs already to see if it was that. Chances are good you have a blown tweeter. You don't lose that channel at all. How do you check for a blown tweeter? Well, the 9-volt is real handy. Go ahead and take your tweeter out and try popping it with a 9-volt battery. If you get a tick 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 sound, then you know the tweeter's still good and it's somewhere in your wiring. If you don't get the tick sound when you tap it with a 9-volt, your tweeter's blown. Great 3-part series. This was fun to watch and learn from too. Just a quick side note, not that it matters much. Timbre, which is what I refer to when you're talking about the sound of two different types of speakers, you want it to match, is pronounced timbre, which thank you, because I had heard it pronounced timber and I was with you. That doesn't sound right. And for the same reason. Timber is wood used for constructing things, or the word called out when trees are falling. Timber.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So thank you for that. And with that, we're going to call this one a night. Thank you guys so much for your questions and for all your great comments, encouragement, great things that you have to say. We appreciate them very much. I know we don't get to type back responses as much as we used to, but we try to read them all and they go to help us make future episodes.
Correct.
Fernando, if you please.
Alright, if you like this video, please subscribe, share, like. You know where you find us, Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram.
Thanks so much. We'll see you later next time. Bye.